Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Van Zandt.
I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is this may be the most challenging time in the history of education. No hyperbole intended. For you Jersey City guys, that means I shit you not. The uncertainty of our technological revolution regarding our future workforce, with virtually no direction from our government, must be extraordinarily challenging for you. And as if that wasn't enough, we are experiencing the biggest generation gap since the one I led in the 60s. Ours was a consciousness gap. We rejected norms regarding societal obligation and unquestioning loyalty and belief in whatever our government and teachers told us. But this gap may prove to be even more insidious in its division between generations. This generation isn't rejecting norms. They don't even know or care about them. Yes, we embraced the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, but we knew and respected Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett. This generation thinks Paul McCartney is some old man Kanye found in a homeless shelter. So I sympathize. This is a challenging time. That's the bad news. The good news is this may be an opportunity to evolve. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but if we don't panic, there is an opportunity here for creativity, as well as re-examining our aging methodology that frankly was barely functioning for my generation. Not that I'm any example of any average student. I mean, they did have the good sense to throw me out several times. But the old learn this now because someday you'll use it, trust me, ain't gonna fly with these kids, you know? They didn't have the attention span for 140 characters, so they had to go to pictures to communicate, you know. This is a really tough and very different generation. They've never seen credits on a music album. They think music falls off trees. But part of the good news is these kids are very into music, and that's going to save the day. Because the arts triggers parts of the brain that are much more useful than we thought, as it turns out. Yes, we have to cover the basics. Of course, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics have their purpose, without a doubt. But we're finding out is their very specificity can limit imagination in these fields. It is the arts that opens up the part of the brain that encourages curiosity, exploration, adventure, imagination, and unlimited possibilities. By the arts being so specifically non-specific, it is the arts that will improve our accomplishment in science and mathematics and the rest. Now, I know your evaluation comes from test scores, but somehow we must deal with the hardcore reality, the existential truth, that testing is not learning. Let me say that again. Testing is not learning. I understand everybody's finances these days depends on testing, so we have to find a way to teach our kids in spite of that. But you can be proud of the fact that you are leading the way by putting the A in STEAM, and now we have to change STEM to STEAM in every school system in this country and put the arts back into our school system. You did it. Our music history curriculum, TeachRock.org, is dedicated to one simple truth. And that one simple truth is our society's challenge, and your challenge, and every teacher's challenge going forward, if we're going to evolve into a happy, functioning society. We need to teach our kids how to think, not what to think. Let's take the chains off. Let's open up the right side of our brain to help the left side be more successful. And yes, our military is important, our police are important, our firemen are important, firefighters are important. They're all underappreciated and they're all underpaid. But there is no group more important than our teachers, who are truly on the front lines in the war against ignorance every single day. And your understanding of that and your support of our teachers is what makes it all work. Thank you.